Ugh, why does everything have to be so boring? This book is boring, my work is boring, and even my weekend plans are boring.
Hazel, it sounds like you need some new words to describe your boredom. Using boring all the time makes things sound even duller than they are.
You think? What else can I say?
I'm glad you asked. Let's dive into the wonderful world of synonyms. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today, Hazel and I are going to explore synonyms, different words that can replace boring, and many others to enrich your vocabulary.
Right. Let's make things less monotonous.
Great start. Monotonous is indeed a good synonym for boring. But there are more. How about dull?
Ooh, dull. That sounds like something that just doesn't capture your attention.
Exactly. Imagine a speech that puts everyone to sleep. That would be dull.
Definitely. And speaking of putting people to sleep, another synonym could be uninteresting.
Yes, like a lecture on a topic you don't care about. That's uninteresting.
Got it. So, monotonous, dull, and uninteresting. What if I want to describe a situation that's boring because it's completely unexciting?
Good question. For that, lifeless is a perfect word.
Lifeless. That sounds like something very ordinary and dull, like an empty room.
Exactly. And what about uneventful?
Uneventful. Oh, like a weekend where nothing exciting happens?
Yes, precisely. It gives the idea of something that lacks excitement or variety.
Wow, we've already got quite a list. Let's see. Boring, monotonous, dull, uninteresting, lifeless, and uneventful. Are there more?
Absolutely. Another good one is tiresome.
I use tiresome a lot too. So, tiresome is like something that makes you feel tired because it's so boring?
Exactly. And let's not forget dry.
Dry. That's when something doesn't have any appeal, right?
Yes. Like a dry book or a dry speech. Also, think about flat.
Flat. That sounds like something that's not only boring but also lacking any kind of excitement, like a flat story.
Exactly. And there's also stale.
Stale. Like old bread or a joke that's been told too many times.
Yes, one that leaves you uninterested. So, we have boring, monotonous, dull, uninteresting, lifeless, uneventful, tiresome, dry, flat, and stale.
That's a lot. Let's move to another word. How about nice?
Sure. Instead of nice, we could say pleasant.
Yes, pleasant is a great synonym. And what about kind?
Kind, exactly. Then we have friendly.
Friendly means someone who is easy to get along with, like a friendly neighbor.
Right. Another good one is lovely.
Lovely is more like being very pleasant or enjoyable. And then there's charming.
Yes. Charming is a more elegant form of nice, often used to describe people or places.
What about agreeable?
Agreeable is another good synonym, often used to describe someone who is easy to get along with.
And courteous?
Courteous is perfect for describing someone who is polite and respectful.
So we have nice, pleasant, kind, friendly, lovely, charming, agreeable, and courteous.
Exactly. Let's try another one. How about good?
Sure. For good, we can use great.
and wonderful.
Yes, and also excellent.
Excellent, like an excellent job. And don't forget fantastic.
Fantastic sounds like something out of a fairy tale. Oh, and superb.
Yes, superb is perfect for describing something really impressive, like a superb meal.
Also, terrific.
Terrific is another great synonym, often used to describe something exceptionally good.
And awesome?
Yes, awesome is used for something extremely good, like an awesome idea.
Okay, so good, great, wonderful, excellent, fantastic, superb, terrific, and awesome.
You've got it. Now, let's try one more. How about bad?
For bad, we could use awful.
Yes, like an awful smell. And terrible.
Terrible, that's a common one. What about horrible?
Yes, horrible is in really bad, like horrible weather.
Oh, what about poor?
Perfect. Poor is often used for describing quality, like poor service. Also, lousy.
Lousy, like a movie that's really bad.
And crummy?
Crummy sounds like something very bad, often used for things that are cheap or poorly made.
So, bad, awful, terrible, horrible, poor, lousy, and crummy.
You've got it. This was great, Alex. We've covered so many synonyms today.
I feel like my vocabulary just got a major boost.
Let's do a few more scenarios to deepen your practice. Imagine you're describing a movie that was extremely boring. What synonym would you use instead of boring?
I would say, the movie was dull.
Perfect. Now, think about a sunny day that was very nice. What synonym would you use instead of nice?
I would say, the day was pleasant.
Great. Now, describe a situation where a dish you ate was very good. What synonym would you use instead of good?
I would say, the dish was excellent.
Excellent. Let's say you're describing an experience that was very bad. What synonym would you use instead of bad?
I would say, the experience was awful.
Fantastic. These exercises are really helping you get a better grasp of the new vocabulary. For our listeners, we encourage you to practice similar scenarios in your daily conversations and writing.
Definitely. This practice is making me feel more comfortable with using a wider range of words.
That's wonderful to hear.
Before we wrap up, let's do a quick real-life practice session. I'll describe a few situations and you, Hazel, can use the synonyms we've learned today. Ready?
Ready.
All right. Imagine you went to a party that was very boring.
I'd say, the party was incredibly monotonous.
Perfect. Now, you're talking about a friend who is very nice.
I'd describe them as gracious and kind.
Great. You just read a book that was very good.
I'd say, the book was outstanding.
Excellent. Now, you're describing a meal that was very bad.
I'd say, the meal was absolutely atrocious.
Fantastic job, Hazel. And to our listeners, try this exercise with a friend or even on your own. It's a fun way to practice and solidify your understanding of new vocabulary.
This has been such an informative session, Alex. I feel more confident in using a variety of words now.
I'm glad to hear that, Hazel.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, we hope you found this session helpful and engaging.
Share your sentences with us in comment section. We'd love to see how creatively you can use your new vocabulary.
Keep practicing and exploring new words. And if you have any questions or need clarification on any words, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help.
Absolutely. Engaging with our community is one of our favorite parts of doing this podcast. We learn so much from you all as well.
Bye, everyone.